You are standing in a room right now. Maybe it's small, maybe it's large, but to you, it feels real. It feels everything. The walls, the ceiling, the floor beneath your feet. This is your world. This is where you exist. And yet, close your eyes for a moment. Feel how solid the ground is. Feel the weight of your own body pressing down against it. You are here. Undeniably, completely here. Now, I want you to take a breath, because what I'm about to tell you is not meant to scare you. It is not meant to diminish you, but it will change the way you see yourself. Forever. Step outside that room. Walk into your street. Can you hear the city? The hum of engines, the distant voices. Millions of lives happening simultaneously. Right now, each one believing, just like you, that they are the center of the story. Now, rise higher. Your city becomes a cluster of light. Your country, a shape you recognize from maps. The ocean stretches beyond anything your legs could ever cross. The entire surface of the earth, every mountain, every ocean trench, every rainforest, every desert, fits inside a sphere just 12,742 kilometers wide. That sounds enormous. It is not. If the sun were the size of a basketball, the earth would be a grain of sand, 6 meters away. A grain of sand. That is your home. That is every person who ever lived. Every war ever fought. Every love ever felt. Every empire that rose and fell to dust. A grain of sand, floating in darkness, now leave the earth behind. The moon, your constant companion, is nearly 385,000 kilometers away. Light takes just over a second to reach it. The sun? 8 minutes at the speed of light. Pluto, cold, forgotten Pluto, sits so far away that sunlight takes 5.5 hours just to touch its frozen surface. 5.5 hours, at 300,000 kilometers per second. And beyond Pluto, the solar system doesn't just end, it fades, like a whisper becoming silence. There is a region called the Oort cloud, a vast, ghostly shell of frozen objects surrounding the sun, so distant that it takes light 2 years to cross it. 2 years of travel, and you haven't left our solar system yet. Think about that. The fastest thing in the universe. And it needs 2 years just to leave the neighborhood of one single ordinary star. We haven't even started. Our sun is one star. One star among an estimated 300 billion in the Milky Way galaxy alone. 300 billion. If you counted one star per second, without sleeping, without stopping, it would take you 9,500 years to finish. And our galaxy? From edge to edge, it spans 100,000 light years. If you boarded the fastest spacecraft humanity has ever built, the Voyager probe, launched in 1977 and now at the edge of our solar system, and pointed it toward the other side of the Milky Way, you would arrive in approximately 1.7 billion years. The sun will be dead long before you get there. And yet, the Milky Way is just one galaxy. The observable universe contains an estimated 2 trillion galaxies. 2 trillion. Each one a city of hundreds of billions of stars. Each star potentially ringed by worlds. Each world potentially carrying its own oceans, its own storms, its own creatures staring up at their own sky, wondering, just like you, if anyone is out there. The universe is not big. The universe is so incomprehensibly vast that the word big becomes almost insulting. In 1995, NASA pointed the Hubble Space Telescope at a tiny patch of sky. A patch so small, it would be covered by a grain of sand held at arm's length, a patch that appeared completely black to the naked eye. They left the shutter open for 10 days. What came back changed everything. In that single grain of sand-sized piece of darkness, Hubble found 3,000 galaxies, 3,000 entire galaxies, each containing hundreds of billions of stars, each star potentially orbited by worlds. In a speck of nothing, they did it again and again. Every direction they looked, darkness bloomed into galaxies. The observable universe stretches 46 billion light-years in every direction from where you stand. But here is what no one tells you. That is only the observable universe, the part whose light has had time to reach us. The actual universe, the full extent of everything that exists, may be infinitely larger. Infinite. Not very large. Not incomprehensibly large. Infinite. And somewhere in that infinite ocean of space and time and matter, there is a grain of sand planet, orbiting an ordinary star, in an unremarkable corner of one galaxy among 2 trillion. And on that grain of sand, there is a room. And in that room, there is you. So, how small are you? You are smaller than you can possibly imagine. Smaller than any number can honestly describe. Smaller than language was built to express. You are a thin arrangement of atoms, briefly organized into something that thinks and feels and wonders, on a rock that will one day be swallowed by its own dying star. You will live at most for 100 years, in a universe that has already existed for 13.8 billion, and will continue for trillions more after your last breath. You should feel insignificant. You should feel erased. And yet, you are the only part of this universe that knows it exists. Those 2 trillion galaxies, they do not know they are beautiful. Those billion-year-old nebulae, those dying stars, those black holes swallowing light itself, they have no awareness of their own magnificence. But you do. You looked up. You asked the question. You felt the weight of infinity pressing down on you, and you did not look away. The universe is vast and cold and silent. But right now, in this one impossible moment, it is looking at itself through your eyes. And that is not nothing. That is perhaps the most extraordinary thing in all of creation. Not the size of space, not the age of stars, but the fact that after 13.8 billion years of blind expansion, matter found a way to feel lost inside itself. You are small, impossibly, beautifully, heartbreakingly small, and you are the only thing in the known universe that knows it. Go look at the stars tonight, not to feel small, but to remember that something out there in all that silence made you. And for reasons no equation has ever explained, it gave you the ability to wonder why.